Hello everyone. In this video we are going to solve true false not given of IELTS Cambridge book 11 test 3 reading passage 2 named as Great Migrations. So let's start with the first statement. 14th, local gulls and migrating Arctic terns behave in the same way when offered food. So what's gulls and Arctic terns? They are actually the name of the birds, right? And the passage is about the migration of different animals as well as the birds. So in this sentence there is a comparison made between two birds, local gulls and migration Arctic terns. It's said that local gulls and migrating Arctic terns behave in the same way. They behave in the same manner, in the same way when offered food. Whenever food is given to them, to these two birds, they behave in the exactly same way. So first step is to find the keyword. Here it is, Arctic tern, right? And we have to find local gulls also, because there is a comparison given between these two birds. So let's start reading this line and find where the local gulls is. An Arctic tern on its 20,000 kilometer flight from the extreme south of South America. We keep on reading as soon as possible and then we find local gulls, right? So in local gulls statement there is again tern. So this line is important to find the answer, because in the same line the comparison between two birds is given. So let's understand this line. Such handouts, what handouts they are talking about? They are talking about the food, right? For this we can understand the previous line. South America to Arctic Circle, we take no notice of a nice smelly herring offered from a bird's watcher's boat along the way. Now again, this is the food, right? They are talking about food. Again, food. Now what's written over here? While local gulls will dive voraciously for such handouts, the tern flies. Now can we see the comparison between both the birds? They are behaving in the different way. Local gulls will dive voraciously, and what will tern do? The tern flies, right? So they both are behaving in a different way when the food is given to them. And what's written over here? Local gulls and migrating Arctic terns behave in the same way when offered different food. So was it the same way? No, it wasn't the same way. They behaved in a different way and they behaved in a different way. They fly away and they didn't, right? They behaved differently. So the statement is false. Fifteenth statement is experts' definitions of migration tend to vary according to their area of study. Means their definition depends upon the area of their study, right? Their definition varies according to the area of their study. So we find the keyword over here, definition, define, right? About the definition it is mentioned over here. But migration is a complex issue. Migration is not a simple one. It's a complex issue and biologists define it differently. Means this thing was written in the statement over there that they define in a different way. But how do they define in a different way? Depending upon the part of their study. So what's written over here? Depending in a part on what sorts of animals they study. Means depending in part means on which thing does their definition depend upon? Their definition depends on the sort of animals they study, right? And over here it's written experts' definitions of migration tend to vary according to their area of study. So very simple answer is true. this statement matches with the statement given in the passage. Over there also it's mentioned that the definition of biologists vary depending upon the type of animals they study, means the area of their study. 16th statement is very few experts agree that the movement of efforts can be considered migration, means different experts have different opinion regarding the movement of efforts, right? And very few experts means 1 out of 10. Only 1 out of 10 expert he believes that the movement of efforts is considered as migration, right? Only 1 out of 10 experts says that movement of efforts is migration, while 9 experts say that movement of efforts is not the migration. So the comparison between the opinion of different experts is mentioned. Here is the keyword efforts. So can be the movement. We have to read the previous line. But daily vertical movements by zooplankton in the ocean upward by night to seek food, downward by day to escape predators can also be considered migration. Means movement of zooplankton can be considered as migration. So can the movement of efforts. And similar is the case with the movement of aphids, means movement of aphids as well as the movement of zooplankton is considered to be migration. When having depleted the young leaves on one food plant, their offspring. So now we don't have to read this statement because we have got the answer over here, right? What's mentioned over here? It's clearly mentioned that the movement of aphids is also considered as migration, just like the movement of zooplankton is considered as the migration. Similar words are there. Movement of aphids is there. Migration is considered to be migration is there, right? These similar words are mentioned in the statement in the exercise, but one particular word is missing over here, and that is experts. Experts' opinion. Here we can't see the opinion of experts anywhere. So state something is missing over here. Here, very few experts agree that the movement of efforts can be considered as migration. This thing is missing in the statement given in the passage. So if any information is not given in the passage, though it's this one or this one, right? If one information is not given in the passage, then the statement is considered to be not given. Seventeen sentences. Aphids' journeys are affected by changes in the light that they perceive. So aphids' journeys are affected by changes in the light that they perceive. Whatever light they perceive affects their journey. Here we find two keywords, light and journey. And this sentence starts from aphids will. It's written on the previous page. Aphids will become sensitive to blue light when it's time for takeoff on their big journey, and sensitive to yellow light when it's appropriate to land. Means whenever they have to start their big journey, they are affected by blue light, and when they have to end their journey, they are affected by yellow light. So everything similar to the statement in the exercise is given. Aphids' journeys are affected by two lights. by the changes in the light, means by the blue light as well as by the yellow light that they perceive, that they see. So statement is true. Last statement is Dingle's aim is to distinguish between the migratory behaviors of different species. So his aim is to distinguish, to find the difference between the migratory behaviors of different species. What sort of migratory behaviors do the different sort of species have? His aim is to find out that difference. In this sentence, we have two keywords, dingle and focuses, synonym of aim. So in this sentence, there is aim of dingle. Dingle argues is that it focuses attention on what the phenomena of wild beast migration shares with the phenomena of aphids. So what's his aim is? His aim means he focuses on, his aim is to find what the phenomena of wild beast migration shares with the phenomena of aphids. Wild beast and aphids, what do they share with each other? Means, what do you mean by this sentence? Means, what is the similarity? What is the similarity between the migration of wild beast and aphids? This is the meaning of this sentence. In this sentence, we have distinguish. Dingle's aim is to distinguish between the migratory behaviors of different species. And over there, two species were there, and the word shares was there, and it means similarity. So, his aim was to find the similarity between aphids and wild beast migration, between the migration of aphids and wild beast. So, what do you think? What will be the answer? Answer is false, because here it's talking about distinguishing something, and here similarity, difference and similarity.